Oftentimes also you're told that inpatient is the only way, and we don't get told that there are other options such as IOP, intensive outpatient therapy, or PHP, partial hospitalization program. Had I had known any of these things, my perspective, my experiences might not have been so traumatic. Hi, my name is Kiki Cooper, and I'm here as a part of Students with Psychosis. I am one of the summer and fall interns actually right now, and I'm also the Stephen Bear Award recipient. Where do I start? But I can tell you about what got me here, essentially, is that I started to experience symptoms with psychosis during my first semester of grad school, to which I am studying 2 master's degrees at the age of 27. I am now 30 years old, and I have had 2 episodes over the span of these 3 years, varying in severity, to which I've only actually experienced psychosis once, and then the second episode was just severe mania. Okay, so when the symptoms first started to happen, I'm already a very bubbly and boisterous, loud person. I've always been that way. My mom likes to refer to it as good trouble, and before it started happening, all of those characteristics about me began to increase rapidly, with a sprinkle of irritation, a sprinkle of aggression, as well as my executive function started to deteriorate, to which only during that executive function deterioration did anyone realize that something was wrong, because I'm already eccentric, eclectic, however you want to call it. My personality kind of masked a lot of the symptoms of psychosis, because when I was experiencing it, all of the thoughts and things that I was saying were still highly intellectual. They only stopped making sense when the executive functioning and the ability to be a leader, keep my things in order, my scheduling, emails, all of that started to fall apart. And that's when the point in which I would go from, regular life to institution, it was over the course of literally one day or a few hours. It would just be rapid, take her. Because I'm always in my school when it happens. This is actually very hard to articulate eloquently, because the systems that are in place, the institutions, the quality that you can be placed in can make or break your recovery. I've had good experiences, but I've also had really bad experiences. And I think that because people don't talk about their experiences, you have more people leaving mental health institutions that are supposed to help you with negative experiences, to which they then go and explain, hey, I had this negative experience, don't go. Right? Oftentimes also you're told that inpatient is the only way, and we don't get told that there are other options such as IOP, intensive outpatient therapy, or PHP, partial hospitalization program. Had I had known any of these things, my perspective, my experiences might not have been so traumatic. It really makes me very frustrated, and again, want to just smash that whole ideology, the stigma around it, because I'm experiencing that currently. Academically, education-wise, any organization that I've helped build, suddenly they're being pulled from me and taken from me because I experienced a crisis. Upon further research, a lot of things they like to casually mention and then omit is that bipolar 1 tends to, you can't pinpoint it to a certain event in your life, right? a lot of times it tends to just happen, whether it's bipolar 1 or bipolar 2. Every single time that I've had an episode, I can track it back to an event or a stressful situation that I've been under. And for me, I'm just like, okay, that's telling me that it's not that it's not bipolar 1. It's not just because I have one sister who got diagnosed with it because of adverse reaction to essentially being drugged at a party, to which then she had a psychotic break when I was 10 years old. For me, I was just like, no, I've recovered every single time. I can pinpoint every instance in which these episodes have happened. I can tell you what was going on with my body. I can tell you what was going on in my social life. I can tell you what was going on academically. All of these things adding extra stressors for me. So I know they say that the onset comes around 25, but for me, it just, I just knew, something in me knew, like, this is not the full answer. And I just wasn't going to accept the first thing they threw at me, because when I originally started this whole journey that then led to this mental health crisis journey, was I was actually trying to get a diagnosis for ADHD, because I have a lot of learning disabilities that were ignored or avoided as a child, because it's how it's happened. Society, being a young Black female, oftentimes having to grow up older before my time, all of the other issues that I actually had did not get seen. So yes, I don't necessarily agree with my doctors that I have the diagnosis that they tell me that I have, but that doesn't mean that I deny treatment. It's still a negotiation process, because I know something is wrong and I need to fix it. I still comply with the things that I need. It just helps me to advocate for myself. It just reminds me that I need to keep advocating for myself rather than just accepting what people blanketly say. I think the thing that I'm trying to say, the takeaway from this, is that seeking treatment is aligned with your own self-agency. It's still your life, your body, your mind. Doctors and treatment is a tool to help you live the best version of yourself, mind, body, and spirit.